holidays.
Now at 10, authorities respond to a truck crash on I-44 that sent the vehicle into Turkey Creek. Plus, a DWI call turns into a 100-mile-per-hour chase through Jasper County, Missouri. And a student at Missouri Southern becomes the first in the United States to earn a certificate in behavioral neuroscience.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Community Health Center of Southeast Kansas, in collaboration with the 11th Judicial District, has established a drug court. This is KOAM News at 6:10. I'm Elise Snowy. CHC created the court with a $150,000 grant through the Kansas Fights Addiction Grant Program. Drug courts or specialty courts provide an option to incarceration for individuals convicted of nonviolent drug-related offenses. CHC says the court will combine intensive judicial supervision, mandatory drug testing, escalating sanctions, and treatment, all with the goal of helping substance abusing offenders break the cycle of addiction and the crimes that often come with it.
Some drug courts, could have first-time offenders in them. They could have repeat offenders in them. It really depends on, the qualifications related to that particular individual and what the team thinks.
The program is expected to have full implementation in Crawford, Cherokee, and Labette counties by 2025. Chief Meteorologist Doug Ketty joins us with a first look at weather.
Well, of course, we got some rain last night through the morning hours and then just kind of drizzle and fog the rest of the day. Temperature is still pretty good. 54 was our high. Not much variance. Started at 51. Average high is 46 degrees for this time of the year. Now, at the airport in Joplin, we got 3/4 of an inch of rain. Since midnight, 0.66 inches puts us at about an inch for the month, which is good. We need the rain, especially when we can get it. Now, the rest of tonight, mostly cloudy, could get a little bit of drizzle. Wave 1 rolls out, but here's our next storm system. This system is going to start to affect us as we go into Christmas Eve. This is going to give us showers and thunderstorms, bring in colder temperatures as well. So, of course, we're going to be breaking this all down for you here in just a bit.
Authorities arrested a Neosho man on multiple charges following a high-speed chase. Earlier this week, Neosho area authorities responded to a possible DWI driver. Carthage police located and stopped the suspect, but the driver fled the scene. Authorities chased the vehicle for 13 miles, in which speeds reached 100 miles per hour. Police laid out spikes for the vehicle, and the driver, Christopher Ferrari, pulled over without incident. Ferrari has 3 pending DWI charges, a felony DWI charge. He's also charged felony fleeing police. Multiple Arkansas laws will affect alcohol sales around Christmas, and some stores across the state will be closed for over 2 days. Arkansas law notoriously requires that liquor stores be closed on Sundays. While some cities have been working to change the Sunday sales law, most will be affected this year. Additionally, a law passed in this state prohibits all alcohol sales on Christmas Day. Because of these laws, most liquor stores across the state will be closing their doors at midnight on December 24th, a Sunday, and won't be permitted to open again until December 26th, more than 48 hours later. Some may be closed even longer. We brought you this story a few nights ago of an Oklahoma County Sheriff's deputy saving a woman from a burning car. Andy Weber talked to one of the deputies about preparing for such an incident.
Scary moments captured on an Oklahoma County deputy body camera late Sunday night near 178th and North Meridian. Deputy Matt Yerby out on a patrol, spotting a car with its engine on fire. Yerby moving quickly to get the driver out of the car. Her ankle was broken and her door was jammed.
When you look at the video, I really think this captures the moment and what happened and how seconds mattered. Because when you pan back around and look at the vehicle, now from where it was just the engine engulfed, it's the entire vehicle, including the cabin.
Sheriff Tommy Johnson says his deputies prepare for a range of emergencies, and since they are patrolling constantly, they often are first on scene.
And that's why that's why we do the training. We're here at the training center, which our guys has to continue to train to build on the fundamentals that we use in the field.
The driver, who had lost control when going through a traffic circle, is still recovering tonight after breaking her ankle during the initial crash.
The Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office says the woman could have died if the deputy did not arrive when he did. Authorities investigated an early morning crash on I-44. The crash occurred just before 6 this morning near mile marker 21 at Turkey Creek. A commercial truck traveling east in the rain went through a guardrail into the median, then crashed onto the interstate below and overturned into Turkey Creek. The male driver, although talking to authorities, was transported to a hospital in Carthage. The extent of his injuries are unknown at this time. Decades ago, Tar Creek in Oklahoma was designated a Superfund site due to high levels of chat pollution. A recent study by the lead agency in Miami was conducted on 5 swimming holes. The results were discussed with the community of the Miami Civic Center on December 7th by SKEO Solutions. The lead agency requested the study after finding individuals using portions of Tar Creek in Miami to fish, swim, picnic, among other activities. The results of the study concluded the site is still not safe due to historic levels of pollution.
If they're in the water and they go in barefoot, they're going to get the sediment between their toes. They're going to get it on their shoes if they walk in with their tennis shoes on. They're going to squish that home with them. They're going to walk into their homes and take that with them. And if they have a little brother or sister crawling around on the floor, they're going to poison that child.
Cleanup of over 30 million tons of chat is continuing at the Tar Creek Superfund site. Well, an MSSU student became the first person in the United States to hold a certificate in behavioral neuroscience, according to the university. Riley McFall graduated last Saturday with a major in psychology and a minor in biology. He also earned the undergraduate certificate that was added to MSSU's psychology department catalog this fall.
Currently, I'm looking to go into the sleep field for now, and I would like to get certified in polysomnography and do sleep studies for people with sleep apnea or narcolepsy or things of that sort.
When we started it, we realized that Riley had many of the classes that he would already need or that he would need for this program. All he would need is to take one more class. And so by the time this certificate was offered, Riley was nearly complete.
There are other students following McFall's path who will earn their certificate in the following semesters. The Brick Street BBQ in Fort Scott, Kansas was the place to be tonight for some good food and some good music. The CDL trio hit the stage with their own brand of genre-defying music. Tonight marked only their 3rd gig for the newly formed group, but the trio says they hit it off right from the start.
Well, actually, we were.
We met doing dinner theater.
Yeah, and then we got singing together, and then I met her through another source, and her and I started singing. Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, we were introduced through a mutual friend, and we started singing together, and I said, why don't we all sing together? And so here we are.
The name CDL is made from the band's initials. Coming up, the Supreme Court slows the pursuit of prosecution against Donald Trump, at least for now. Plus, an Oklahoma County deputy describes how to prepare for saving someone from a burning car.
It's on New Hyundais with Center.
A Supreme Court order issued today could delay the March 2024 start of former President Donald Trump's trial on charges he interfered in the 2020 presidential election. The issue focusing on the question of presidential immunity will now be heard by a federal appeals court next month. Erica Brown has the latest.
The Supreme Court decided against immediately taking up special counsel Jack Smith's plea to rule on whether Donald Trump can be prosecuted for his actions to overturn the 2020 election results. The former president and his lawyers have worked to delay the criminal cases against him as he campaigns for the White House again. Trump posted a response to the decision on social media saying, in part, "Of course I am entitled to presidential immunity. I was president. It was my right and duty to investigate and speak on the rigged and stolen 2020 presidential election."
Trump has said, all of my charges must be dismissed. This case must stop because I am completely immune. These acts were based on acts I undertook when I was president. We actually don't have a Supreme Court ruling on this, which is not surprising because we've never had a former president engaged in this alleged behavior before.
Next, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit will have to decide on the issue. That could slow the timeline for Trump's criminal trial scheduled to begin early March. Special counsel Smith wanted to bypass the appeals court in part to avoid having the case begin during the presidential election. The appeals court is set to hear arguments on January 9th. Erica Brown, CBS News, Washington.
Trump's legal woes continue beyond the Supreme Court. The former president has also been charged with illegally hoarding classified documents at his Mar-a-Lago estate. In Georgia, state prosecutors accused him of scheming to subvert the state's presidential race, while in New York, Trump is accused in connection with a hush money payment to an adult film actress. There's word today that one of the dual U.S.-Israeli citizens thought to be taken hostage by Hamas is dead. The news comes as the UN Security Council passed a heavily negotiated resolution on humanitarian aid to Gaza after more than a week of delay. It will allow for more food, water, and fuel to enter the territory, while also demanding the immediate release of all hostages. The Federal Trade Commission has unveiled a new plan to improve children's privacy and protection online. The new proposal includes protections for children's personal data and limits for what information companies can collect from children online. The FTC says digital platforms would be required to turn off targeted ads to children under 13 years old by default. Advertisers would also be prohibited from sending push notifications to them. Researchers at the University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine have identified a class of special antibodies that appear capable of neutralizing multiple forms of the flu virus. They believe this discovery could lead to the development of more broadly protective flu vaccines. Doug's next with your complete look at the forecast. And later in sports, it's a big night for basketball in the 4 states. Brock has the highlights from a full slate of Friday night basketball coming up.
Snowy this weekend on
23rd only at Westco.
Well, a gloomy day for us today, but temperature is still pretty good. We made it up to 54 during the afternoon. We got some much needed rain last night. A lot of areas, a half an inch to an inch of rain. Still kind of foggy, misty out there. We're looking at our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex tower cam, of course, downtown Joplin, looking off toward the north and to the east. Now, most of us got rain. There was a little sliver here. Fredonia, Neodesha, Chanute, Iola. You guys didn't get any rain. Now, in this kind of bluish color, under a half an inch. Everybody in this green, you can see Ottawa County, Delaware, McDonald, Neosho, all picked up a half an inch to an inch. And we need it, but we have more rain heading toward us, and it's going to be heavier than what we got last night. All the rain we did have, it's gone. We still have clouds and drizzle, but wave 1 is out of here. Here's wave number 2. This is really going to start to roll in on Christmas Eve, giving us showers, thunderstorms across the region. You can see the spin, the big upper level low, and it actually has 2 waves with it, one to the north, one to the south. So as we go through time, this southern wave is the one that gives us the showers and thunderstorms heading into Sunday. As we go into Monday, it rotates by. Here comes the back wave that is going to be kind of a nuisance for us all the way through about the first half of next week. It draws in colder air. It does have some snow with it. We could get a couple snow showers, couple rain showers, but it keeps our atmosphere pretty chilly through the first half of next week. Let's look at the weekend as we go through the overnight hours tonight. Clouds continue to thicken up. We're looking at mostly cloudy skies tomorrow. We are going to get a little bit of sunshine. Actually, tomorrow, not that bad of a day. Look at our highs, 64, 65, 66 degrees, which is almost 20 degrees above where we should be for this time of the year. Clouds thicken tomorrow night. By Sunday morning, some showers start developing on the Kansas and the Oklahoma side. Look at this band that pushes through showers, few thunderstorms. Here's 10:30 Sunday morning, and then just periods of rain throughout the day. So this is Christmas Eve. Here's 7:30 p.m. Light showers continue as we go all the way into Monday morning, which of course is Christmas morning. and on and off showers are going to stick around during the day on Monday. How much rain could we get? A lot of areas are going to pick up an inch, maybe 2 inches. There may be some isolated 2.5-inch amounts with this next wave, which is going to head toward us, and we greatly need that rain. So Christmas Eve, 59, 100% chance it will rain the entire viewing area. Kind of damp for Mr. Santa. 45 Christmas Day, 30% because I think we'll have on and off scattered showers across the region. But Saturday, looking pretty good, 66, 59 on Christmas Eve, 45 Christmas Day. It continues to cool down a bit. Only 37 on Wednesday, only 38 on Thursday, but we do dry out and we get the sunshine returning by the second half of next week. Elise?
All right, thanks, Doug. Well, the city of Joplin just announced 3 drop-off locations for discarded natural Christmas trees. Beginning December 26th and running through January 31st, residents can drop off their trees at Humphrey Park on Utica Street in the Royal Heights area. McIndoe Park at Glendale Road and Jackson Avenue place trees in southwest corner of parking lot and 1301 West 2nd Street. For more information, head over to joplinmo.org. The state of Kansas announces non-residents who wish to obtain a 2024 spring turkey permit may submit an application for the all-new lottery draw. The lottery runs from January 9th through February 9th, 2024. Non-resident hunters may apply for a single unit permit and a $10 application fee will apply. Head over to GoOutdoorsKansas.com for more information. Still ahead, the Kansas Jayhawks and Missouri Tigers are both in action in non-conference games tonight. And the Joplin boys basketball team faces one of the top teams in the state. Brock Baldridge has the highlights and more up next.
This is the most wonderful at Casey's.
The Joplin Eagles boys basketball team is off to a slow start to the season. Joplin begins the season with a 1-5 record, and this evening the Eagles welcome in one of the top teams in the state. Joplin at home tonight, looking for their first win at home for the season. They go against the Kickapoo Chiefs tonight. So early in the first half, future Mizzou Tiger tight end Whit Hafer shooting this one from beyond the arc, and he hits it. Joplin up by 1 point early on. A few possessions later, check out this sequence here. Hafer saves the ball from going out of bounds. Then Cooper Williams saves the ball from going out of bounds. And after a juggling act, it's Williams who comes up with the basketball and charges to the lane and gets the foul. Eagles trailing by 2 at that point. Later in the first half, it's Kickapoo who's trying to flex their muscles as Jackson Shorter goes up for the slam dunk. Kickapoo leads by 20 at halftime. In the second half, more of the same as Sean Campbell bounces this one off the glass to Shorter for the alley-oop. Later in the third quarter, Kickapoo's Jake Easley is open in the corner, and he will rattle in this three-point shot here. Kickapoo goes on to win big over Joplin, 60-20. Over to girls basketball, McDonald County girls in action earlier this afternoon. Mustangs get the win over Excelsior Springs, 60-32. Lady Mustangs are off to an 8-4 start to begin their season. The Kansas Jayhawks are on a 6-game winning streak. KU is coming off of a 4-point win over Indiana last Saturday, and the Jayhawks return home to Allen Fieldhouse with another non-conference matchup. Kansas versus Yale tonight in the first half. Jayhawks down by 1. KJ Adams lobs it up to Parker Brown for the alley-oop. Later in the first, Bulldogs are up by 8. Danny Wolf is open for the three-point shot, and he hits it. All of a sudden, it's Yale who leads by 11. Later in the first half, under a minute left, KU down by 5. Dwan Harris with the connection to KJ Adams on the slam there. Jayhawks down by 3. So in the second half, Kevin McCullough is open for the 3-ball, and he drains this one. KU ties the game at 41 apiece. Later in the second, Jayhawks up by 4. Off the inbounds play, Dwan Harris just throws it up to McCullough for the jam. Kansas up by 6. KU's so good at those plays. Later in the second half, it's McCullough who is feeling it tonight, knocks it down. Nothing but net, career high, 34 points for Kevin McCullough tonight. Kansas wins it 75-60. In St. Louis tonight, it's the annual bragging rights game between the Missouri Tigers and the Illinois Fighting Illini. Mizzou won last year's matchup by 22 points. This game just went final moments ago, and it's Illinois who gets those bragging rights back as they beat the Tigers 97-73. So Missouri falls to 7-5. They're kind of falling apart. KU down early in the first half, and well, they're a well-oiled machine. They do their thing.
Oh, I know, good and well. And it's a big night for basketball here.
It is a big night for basketball, and hope to see more action throughout the week.
Absolutely. All right, thanks, Brock. Well, that's a look at sports. We're back with more news right after this.
My darling granddaughter.
As Santa gets ready to make his big trip, you can actually track his progress. Starting at 3 o'clock in the morning of December 24th, visitors to noradsanta.org can see updates as Santa makes preparations for his flight. Then at 5 a.m., trackers worldwide can call to inquire as to Santa's whereabouts by dialing the toll-free number 1-877-HI-NORAD. Where they will either speak with a live phone operator or hear a recorded update. And to be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, download the KOAM News app. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. Now here's Doug.
All right, we're going to have the clouds outside for us tonight. Temperatures, they only drop back into lower 50s. A little bit of drizzle, mostly cloudy skies tomorrow, 66. That's actually pretty good, but showers, even some thunderstorms rolling in on Sunday. Showers and cooling down by the time we head into Christmas Day, and highs only in the upper 30s by Wednesday.
Well, it's not a white Christmas, it's
No,
a wet Christmas.
I was going to say, it's going to be pretty rainy out there.
Final sports note.
A lot of football, it's this time of the year where the playoff picture, comes into form. Steelers versus Bengals tomorrow. Also Bills and Chargers tomorrow. So should be a couple of fun AFC matchups.
A lot of good football for the next few days.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Brock. Well, thanks for watching. We're going to leave you tonight with some Christmas lights from around Joplin. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for making us part of your night.
On KOAM News is sponsored by Aaron